Again, that's Gianna Brown on first base with the bloop single, and Bove on third. The pitch swung through, strike two, so now ahead 0-2. Hobson looking to get her first strikeout of the season, or of the game rather, 67th of the season it would be. The batter Lugo calls time. Now she's back set, ready to go. The 0-2 misses high. She went 0 for 2 in her last appearance in Game 2 of the Purchase doubleheader. Pitch. Just at the knees, strike two. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Hobson now with an opportunity to limit the damage here. 1 strike away from keeping this to a 1-run inning. The 1-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3, so Hobson is able to work out of the jam. Just the 1 run, 2 strikeouts. Long Island 1, Rutgers Newark nothing, middle of the first.
Nah, more calmer.
Baseball roster for K? Yes, it is.
We're back now in the bottom of the first as Remus McManus looks at ball 1 high to start this inning, facing Caitlin Lisa Gorski, who had an excellent outing her last time pitching. Pitched 8 innings, just gave up 4 hits and 13 strikeouts against Purchase over the weekend, as that one misses ball 2. Mariah Remus McManus from Roxbury, New Jersey. You'll often see her in that leadoff spot in center field where she is today. Against Kane in the doubleheader yesterday, went 1 for 3 with an RBI in the first game, as she looks at strike 1 at the knees, and then 0 for 3 in the second game. On the season, she's batting .350, so has looked really good offensively at the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike. The pitch, and that one's lined into left field. Smith looking back and makes the catch. That will be the first out. So a line out to left field to start this first inning. And that will bring up Kayla Cardozo. Cardozo, the right fielder, struggled a little bit in the doubleheader yesterday, 0 for 3 in each of those 2 games. But on the year, batting a respectable .250. Roughly a 700 OPS, looking to get things going for the Scarlet Raiders today. The first pitch just gets in at the knees, called strike one. Cardozo's been consistent, started in all 28 games this season so far for Rutgers Newark. The pitch. That one will miss low, a little bit of an ephus. So 1 ball and 1 strike now. The pitch. And that one's lifted high but foul, and that will go way out of place. That'll be strike 2, 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Cardozo. And Remus, McManus, and Cardozo, that 1-2 consistent. You're seeing that in the lineup each and every day, and sure enough, today we're seeing that same start to the lineup. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. The pitch, and that one's lined over the second baseman's head. She backs up. She will not get there. It drops in for a bloop single, the first hit of the game for Rutgers Newark, and Cardozo is aboard. That will bring up the senior Keelan O'Brien up to the plate out of South Brunswick, New Jersey. Got 1 hit in the second game against Kane yesterday in the doubleheader. First pitch on its way. And that catches the outside corner. Catch will throw back to first, but Cardozo is back in time. No balls and a strike. Cardozo at first. The pitch. In the dirt, ball 1. Cardozo not taking a lead at first base currently, has 2 steals on the season in 2 attempts. The 2-1, soft dribble to second, thrown over short for 1, no chance at first. O'Brien aboard on a 6-4 fielder's choice, or 4-6, excuse me. So Cardozo and O'Brien switch places, 2 outs now, and that will bring up the first baseman, Destiny Maury. Maury, out of Newark, New Jersey, right around where we are today. Went 0 for 3 in the second game of the doubleheader yesterday, looking to do more damage today as she watches the first pitch sail outside for ball 1. Batting just .075 on the year, but here with the potential to do damage as she swings through that. Strike 1 evens up the count. For 1 ball and 1 strike. The pitch, and that one's lifted high down the left field line, foul, and it will go out of play, out of the reach of the left fielder, Smith. So 1 ball and 2 strikes now here. Jemiah Smith, acting as the designated hitter today, on deck, would be next if the inning were to continue. The 1-2. Low in the dirt, evens it up, pick back to first, dropped by the first baseman Lugo, and Cardozo is back in time. So that evens up the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Maury. The pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3, and that will end the inning. So Rutgers Newark gets a hit, but isn't able to bring that runner home, so it stays 1-0, St. Joseph's, Long Island. End of 1. So we are back now in the top of the second. It's still 1-0 St. Joseph's. The first pitch on its way. Just upstairs, that'll be ball 1 to the third baseman, LaBarba. Alexandria LaBarba batting 171 on the year. Out of Oakdale, New York, out in Long Island. The 1-0 catches the inside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike.
It's good. Do you want to zip tie that transmitter to the fence?
LaBarba had a game for herself in game 2 of their last doubleheader. Went 2 for 4 as she grounds that one to the third baseman, Renee. Over to first base in time for the out.
What seat court is it in?
Not the lightning one.
Do you change to the lightning one?
So that's the first out in the second inning, and that will bring up the pitcher, Caitlin Lisagorski.
I think it's in
Not only has she had a strong year for herself on the mound, but she also hits quite well, batting a respectable .250. The first pitch will miss outside and low for ball 1. Lisagorski batting left-handed here today.
You see this white one that's plugged into the... Use that one.
What?
No, that's plugged into... Not,
The 1-0 will also miss low. That'll be ball 2. So we mentioned before, she had a great outing on the mound. 8 innings pitched, 13 strikeouts over the weekend. As she swings and misses through that one, that'll make it 2 balls and a strike. But she also wreaked some havoc on the base path, stealing a base, so she really can get things done from both sides of the field. Now ahead here, 2 balls and a strike. And that one will miss just outside, 3 balls and a strike. So Hobson wanting to keep the walks down, already a 75 on the season. Behind here, 3 balls and a strike as she takes a moment to collect herself. Lisagorski steps back into the batter's box. The 3-1. Swung out and missed. Strike 2, and that will make the count full, or first full count of this ball game. Payoff pitch. Fouled back and out of play. So the count will remain full. 3 balls and 2 strikes here to Lisagorski. 1 out in the top of the second. The pitch. Grounded past the diving second baseman, and that will go into right field for a base hit. So Lisagorski is aboard for her first hit of the game, and that will bring up the 9-hitter, the left fielder, Kate Smith. Smith, a junior out of Manorville, New York. The first pitch, outside. Lisagorski looked like she was running, but makes her way back to first base.
What does it say?
1 ball and no strikes to Smith. The pitch, low and outside. 2-0 now. Smith only has gotten 4 at-bats so far in this season, 1 for 4 on the year. The 2-0 low, so now Hobson behind here, 3-0 with a runner on first.
No, it's still...
The pitch just catches the outside corner, strike 1.
It says it's on channel 8.
So 3 balls and a strike now to Smith. Pitch on its way. Fouled back. And caught by the second baseman, Moss. So that foul pop out will make the second out. Good athletic play there by Izzy Moss, making her way into foul ground to make that. And we're back to the top of the order. And the first pitch will be low to Flannery. Flannery had a bunt single to start off this game, ultimately came around to score the game's only run thus far. Now ahead 1-0. The pitch from Hobson. Swung on a missed strike one at the high fastball, and that will even up the count. 1 ball and 1 strike.
You gotta use the thunder roll, but that didn't even come up.
1-1. Fouled back and out of play. 1-2. Caught there by the catcher for SA, but of course off the netting, so the count will remain 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-2. Lisa Gorski on first. Hobson gets ready, delivers high upstairs, and it gets away, and Lisa Gorski will make it to second. The catcher for SA recovers to keep Lisa Gorski there, but now a runner in scoring position on the wild pitch. So that will also even up the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hobson gets set, delivers, and fouled back. That will keep the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Flannery, we didn't get a chance to talk about her much at the top of the broadcast, but she's having a year for herself, batting .415, 13th in the Skyline Conference. 2-2. Misses inside, and that will once again make the count full. So 2 full counts in this inning, really making Hobson work as we're just in the second inning of this ball game. Lisa Gorski on second. 2 outs. Payoff pitch. Fouled back, and we'll do it all over again. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The shortstop, Bovey, waiting on deck should the inning continue. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Flannery. Pitch. Fouled back down the right field line and will go out of play. So once again, the count full. Lisa Gorski on second here in the top of the second inning. The pitch. Fouled back to the left side. So these hitters really making Hobson work, fouling off pitches, working their way deep into counts.
Yeah.
And with that one fouled into the dirt, she'll get a new ball. 3-2 the count. Lisa Gorski on second. The pitch. Lifted into shallow center. The center fielder, Remus McManus, comes in, makes the catch, and that will end the inning. So just 1 hit. Hobson able to work out of the trouble. Middle of the second, the score remains 1-0, St. Joseph's, Long Island. Bottom of the second now here at Frederick Douglass Field. Jemiah Smith leading off for the Scarlet Raiders. The first pitch taken outside, ball 1. Jemiah Smith from Neptune, New Jersey. Her favorite food is ice cream. A junior listed at 5'3". Designated hitter today, although she also catches for the Scarlet Raiders. The 1-0 misses outside, ball 2, so that will be 2 balls and no strikes to Smith. Smith in her last game for the Scarlet Raiders went 0 for 3 in game 2 of the doubleheader yesterday against Kane. On the season though, batting 143, the 2-0. Now be down in the dirt, 3 balls and no strikes. So Lisa Gorski now getting into a little trouble behind 3-0, but that one will be upstairs, ball 4. So the Scarlet Raiders get their leadoff batter aboard for the first time today. Runner on first with nobody out. And that will bring up Maddie Hack, the shortstop for Rutgers Newark. Hack, a junior out of Matawan, New Jersey. First pitch outside, ball 1. So that's now 5 straight balls from Lisa Gorski. So you got to wonder if maybe being on the base path that inning might have gotten her out of her rhythm a little bit. Walked Smith on 4 pitches and now behind 1-0. The pitch to Hack. And that one's lined to left field, and that will go over the head of the left fielder all the way to the wall. Smith round second. She'll get to third standing. She's going to get held there. But a double absolutely ripped by Maddie Hack down the left field line. And the Scarlet Raiders now have second and third aboard with nobody out. And that'll bring up their catcher, Gabriella Ferese. So we have the 7, 8, 9 hitters now coming up. Ferese, Renee, and Moss. Hopefully looking to cash in here as Scarlet Raiders have 2 runners in scoring position, nobody out. First pitch to Ferese catches the outside corner, strike 1. Ferese, a senior from North Bergen, New Jersey. Went 1 for 2 in each of the games yesterday against Kane. The 0-1, that one's lifted foul down the first base line and will go out of play. It's now behind 0-2 here. So 1, no balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out with runners on second and third for Rutgers Newark. Miss Zagorski taking a moment to collect herself in the pitch. High and outside, dropped by the catcher Busa, but easily recovered to keep the runners in place. That's Jemiah Smith on third base and Maddie Hack on second with that double down the left field line. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The pitch misses low and outside. That'll be ball 2. All of the infielders except the second baseman, Eamon, playing in here for St. Joseph, trying to prevent a run from coming in. And that one will miss low.
I don't know what that was saying.
Got ahead 0-2, but now Ferese has worked the count full. Pitch. Outside, ball 4, and that will load the bases. So Scarlet Raiders really looking to cause some damage here as they have the bases loaded with nobody out, and that'll lead to a conference on the mound. Lisa Zagorski not usually getting into trouble this early, having the 15th best ERA in the Skyline Conference. But now the bases loaded, nobody out in the second inning, with Renee looming on deck. And really good job there by Ferese, able to work that count after getting behind early 0-2 and able to draw that walk. Just her third walk on the season. And now Rutgers Newark in a really strong position here to potentially, at a minimum, tie this game, and certainly in position to take a lead or even more. Dana Renee out of New Windsor, New York. A junior who went 1 for 2 with a run scored and a walk in her last appearance against Baruch on the 8th. First pitch to her catches the outside of the corner for strike 1, so 0-1. So Renee hasn't gotten too much playing time this year, only started in 6 games out of the 28 that Rutgers Newark has played so far, as the 0-1 will miss low and outside, ball 1. And St. Joseph's playing in it. The corner is a little further out up the middle, but still relatively shallow, trying to prevent a run coming in on a ground ball, as that one will also catch the outside of the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
There's an app down there that has like this green.
This is definitely the kind of situation. You just want to put the ball in play, good things can happen. As the 1-2 on its way will sail high, even up the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And if you're on that mound, you're Lisa Gorski, you're just looking for any out, just to strike out to just create any kind of momentum here. But Renee, of course, looking to get the ball rolling as she swings and misses through that, and that will be the first out of the inning. So a big out there for St. Joseph. Izzy Moss will now come up, the second baseman. Izzy Moss, a freshman out of Dayton, Massachusetts, criminal justice major, as the first pitch to her is fouled back. 0-1. Moss played in both games of the doubleheader yesterday, went 0 for 3 in game 1, 0 for 1 with a walk in game 2. She's a softball factory All-American MVP. The 0-1, low and in the dirt, ball 1. A good block there by Busa. Prevent the runners from moving up, but now 1-1 to Moss, with the leadoff hitter Remus McManus looming on deck. Only 1 out in the second inning. The 1-1 catches the outside of the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So now with 1 out, the corner fielders are playing back at double play depth. But on the corner, still playing relatively in, maybe not quite as far in as they were on the prior batter, Renee.
In my mind, I was like, wait, let's do something that was
The 1-2. And that one is popped and caught by the first baseman, Lugo. Popped roughly in between the first and second baseman. The first baseman, Lugo, is able to call it and take charge, make that catch for the second out. But that'll bring us to the top of the order. Remus McManus, she lined out to left field to start off the bottom of the first earlier today. Now up here with the bases loaded and 2 outs. And this is an opportunity you really want to cash in here with the bases loaded, as that one will sail way outside. 1 ball and a strike. And especially with how command has been a problem earlier in this inning, you wouldn't be faulted for just looking to work the count and potentially draw in a walk, but instead she grounds one down the first base line, but it rolls foul. So that'll be 1 ball and a strike.
Disconnected right now.
All 3 runners now make their way back to the bases. That's Jemiah Smith on third. She walked and then made it to third on a double. That pitch will sail outside, 2 balls and a strike. It was Maddie Hack who ripped that double down the left field line, and then the catcher Ferese on first with a walk. But after a strikeout and a pop-out, there's now 2 outs with the bases still loaded for Remus McManus. 2 balls and a strike. The pitch, and that one is lifted in center field. The center fielder Flannery eases back, makes the catch. So a really strong start to that second inning, but the Scarlet Raiders not able to cash in. 1 hit, 2 walks, but no runs for Rutgers Newark, and the score will remain 1-0 at the end of 2. So far, a low-scoring affair here in this game as we enter the 3rd inning. First pitch to Bovey comes in at the inside corner for a strike. Rutgers Newark, they're threatening in the 2nd inning, but not quite able to cash in, so the score will remain 1-0 as we enter the 3rd. It's Bovey, Busa, and Brown, as that one is in for a strike. Hobson quickly ahead, 0-2.
Yeah, that baseball game. I don't understand.
0-2, swung on a miss, struck out on 3 pitches, so a great start to the inning for Hobson. Especially now with the momentum in that bottom of the 2nd. Hobson really just looking to get through this 3rd as quickly as possible and get her batters right up to bat again in the bottom of this inning. But that will bring up the catcher, Busa, who got aboard with an infield hit in the 1st as she watches the first one sail high and inside. Ball 1. That was a dribbler over to 3rd base, was able to beat that out. Made it to 2nd on a stolen base, as that one will miss inside. Ball 2. And a single brought her over to 3rd, but wasn't able to get any further than that in that 1st inning, Flannery being the only run that came in to score. But now ahead here, 2 balls and no strikes. The pitch catches the outside corner, 2 balls and a strike. So Hobson, you're working much faster in this 3rd inning. Already ready to deliver the 2-1, fouled back. started off that at bat behind 2-0 and now able to get it to an even 2 balls and 2 strikes to Busa. Busa, not someone that you can make mistakes with. She's batting at .351 on the season as the 2-2 is fouled back to the screen. The count will remain.
I mean, that's what I was going to be doing during this game, but
Not only can she hit, but as we've seen, she can wreak havoc on the base paths. Now 6 stolen bases on the season.
I'll go at the end of this inning, because I do kind of want to see what happens this season.
When she takes a moment, steps back into the battery box. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Once again, fouled back to the screen. 2-2. Gianna Brown waiting on deck. The 2-2 once again. Low and in the dirt, and that will make the count full. The payoff pitch, line down the left field line past the diving Renee, and that will go all the way to the wall. Busa pulls in at second, and she makes a turn going for third. The throw coming in, diving in time, so that'll be a triple for Antonia Busa. Just absolutely scorched down the line. Renee tried diving in there, but just passed her glove and made it far enough into that left field corner that the speedy Busa able to make it all the way to third. So now some potential insurance for St. Joseph's just 90 feet away for Gianna Brown. Brown drove in the only run so far of this game, an RBI single in the first. And that one's grounded to the second baseman. The run will come in, so that'll be an RBI sacrifice, 4-3 for Brown. So that's now 2 RBIs on the day for Brown, and it's now 2-0. But that will bring Samantha Lugo up to the plate. She's 0 for 1, struck out in the first inning. Pitch, fouled back, 0-1. So now 2 outs here in this top of the third inning. On the outside corner, strike 3 looking. So 2 strikeouts in the inning, but a Busa triple is able to extend the lead to 2-0. So 1 hit, 1 run, no one left on base. It's the middle of the third, 2-0. St. Joseph's, Long Island.
you can. I think you can hear that.
Bottom of the third here, it's Kayla Cardozo comes up to bat to lead off for the Scarlet Raiders. Got a single her first time up at bat in the first inning. first pitch. Miss outside, ball 1. So that middle of the order really able to get to the pitcher, Lisa Gorski, in the second, and now the Scarlet Raiders looking to capitalize on the same here in the third, down 2-0. The 1-0 to Cardozo, grounded up the middle, base hit. So another leadoff base runner here for the Scarlet Raiders, a single up the middle for Cardozo. And that will bring up Keelan O'Brien. She grounded into a fielder's choice her first time aboard. Up once again with Cardozo at first base, this time with nobody out. Taking that wide stance in the right-handed batter's box. The first pitch. Low, ball 1, and there's a throwback to first base, but in time. Cardozo hasn't stole too much yet this year. 2 bases on 2 attempts. As that one is fouled back. 1-1 now the count. This is a team you've got a few stolen base threats off of the bench. Jessica Boyce, 6 on the season. Kristen Kloss, 2 stolen bases in 4 attempts. As the 1-1 will miss low. 2 balls and a strike. But aside from the leadoff hitter, Mariah Remus McManus, you don't see too much base stealing going on with this Rutgers Newark team. Pitch to O'Brien misses low, so now 3 balls and a strike, and once again, this Rutgers Newark lineup working these counts, trying to make Lisa Gorski work. And certainly tired after that quite long bottom of the second. The 3-1 on its way. Upstairs, ball 4. So for the second time in a row, the Scarlet Raiders have 2 batters aboard to start off the inning. So now the first baseman, Maury, will come up to bat. Destiny Maury struck out to end the first, her first time up. This time up at bat with a runner in scoring position. That's first and second with nobody out. The first pitch to Maury catches corner of the plate. That will be strike 1. And really what we've seen so far, this first pitch in the at-bat, really setting the tone here. O'Brien able to work the count to 3-1 and eventually getting that walk. And we've seen that as a theme now, the first pitch. And that one will get away in the dirt, and both runners will advance. So passed ball there, allowing both runners to advance. Now even up the count 1-1. So now second and third with nobody out for the second inning in a row. This time by single, walk, and passed ball. Yeah, these first pitches of at-bats really setting the tone, but this time able to get ahead, or tie it 1-1 as that one's ripped into left field for a base hit. One runner is in. O'Brien coming around into score will beat the throw, and Maury over to second with the throw. So a 2 RBI single able to tie the game for Destiny Maury. Her second and third RBIs of the season, and they're big ones, tying this game right up and putting her as the potential go-ahead run in scoring position with nobody out. And now bring up the designated hitter, Smith, who got things going in the second inning with a leadoff walk. The first pitch to Smith in the dirt, bounces on its way. And that will be ball 1. And a good piece of hitting there by Maury, able to get that past the diving shortstop and into left field, scoring 2. So Lisa Gorski definitely looking like she's getting into trouble again as that one sails outside. The runner, Maury, off second base, throw back to second, but she'll get back in time. And first inning she really just sailed through, and since then has not quite looked comfortable up on that mound, pitching in back-to-back days. Couldn't get it done in the second inning, but now in the third, the Scarlet Raiders are making her pay. As the pitch will come, that will miss outside. So that's now 3 balls and no strikes. The 3-0. Low, ball 4. So that's her second walk of the game, and that will now put runners on first and second. Still nobody out in this inning. We have a single by Cardozo, a walk by O'Brien, passed ball, moving them up to second and third. The 2 RBI single by Maury, and now a walk. And there'll yet again be a conference on the mound as Lisa Gorski does not look like she's having her best day out here for St. Joseph's. But after a quick mound visit, she will remain in the game. Hack now up at the plate. Ripped a double her first time up. That double brought Smith over to third, which started the first bit of trouble in that second inning. She watches the first one outside. Maddie Hack hitting .304 on the season. The 1-0, that one's grounded to third. Third baseman has it, steps on the bag, and that will be the first out. So, unassisted fielder's choice there by LaBarba will be the first out of this inning. But the Scarlet Raiders still have first and second here with 1 out. And now the catcher, Ferese, up to bat. Walked her first time back in the second inning. Now up with first and second, 1 out. Hoping to give the Scarlet Raiders their first lead of the afternoon. First pitch, catches the plate, no balls and a strike.